Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Time to talk flywheels for 1113. So we got two of them front and center here. Disregard this one for now. We're just going to look at the one that came out of 1113. And if you remember back when we found this, that bell housing had been left open to the elements. We had a lot of water in there, a lot of rust, corrosion. And you can see I've been doing some scratching around on this. 1113's original flywheel suffered some severe pitting. Luckily the ring gear looks almost pristine yet, but a lot of, well, you can see we still have some of these clutch disc teeth that are stuck because they got so welded into the grooves in the flywheel. I've been trying to clean some of them to kind of assess a little bit. Lots of heavy scale rust in here, lots of pitting around where those clutch disc teeth have to go. Oh, it's a shame this thing corroded and rusted so badly, because in all other respects it was a really nice flywheel, but Mother Nature takes her toll. Anyway, we've got this one over here. Now this one's out of the beer can engine, and this one's got a couple dings of her own, not gonna lie, but honestly the teeth on the inside are in pretty darn good shape. They would sustain and support a new fiber disc without having to worry about wearing the teeth off of the disc. That's my primary concern with this. I've done some cleaning on it, stripped it down. I think this would be a suitable replacement. Now, something I should tell you guys about these flywheels. 1113 and the beer can engine were both built within short sequence of one another. If you remember, the beer can engine's block casting date was 3 days off from what 1113's original block was. So these have the same early style first generation, I'll say it again, first gen flywheels on them. We'll just take a look in the manual right here. So serial number 5J1 to 1421 used this early style flywheel and ring gear setup that we have right here. Effective with serial number 5J1422, they went to an updated version. Just keep that in your back pocket. We'll come back to that. Okay, flip these over. We're looking at the other side now, and you can see they're both the same 4B3175 casting number. And the early version difference with these, they have these 3 machine screws with locks that hold the press fit ring gear on. You can see the beer can engine one's the same. They have been removed already because I took its ring gear off. You can see they did their best to just roach that one right to death. But here's where I'm at with this. For the sake of keeping this thing as, you know, correct or original, if you could say, as possible, I would like to stick with this early first gen flywheel and ring gear setup. So that would involve trying to transfer the ring gear from 1113's original flywheel onto the beer can engine. Now, I did source some of the new old stock locks here that the screw goes in, 3B6541. So we have 3 new old stock locks in case we need them. And I found a bunch of the machine screws, again, new old stock. So that should be, and one's trying to get in the way, that should be everything I should need hardware-wise to transfer that. Just so long as I can manage to get the ring gear off without damaging it, because I've already checked. I can't find any more of these ring gears. I can't find any more of these flywheels. So that's my plan. I think that's what I'm going to do today. We'll see if we can get this ring gear off 1113's flywheel and then start the transfer process to the beer can engine unit. So if something goes crooked on me and that just completely goes upside down, turns south, we have a plan B. Now this is 5J2115's flywheel, and this is that updated design I showed you. The difference is they have 8 of these 3/8 bolts with fold-over locks that help to retain the ring gear. And that was a much stronger design and a much more durable design, because these early units with the 3 locks and machine screws had issues with ring gears loosening up over time. This pretty much solved that problem altogether. Now, this would also have been a direct replacement for these. As soon as anything would have went bad with these back in the day, they just would have updated with all new parts. So although this is not quote-unquote original, it's still not incorrect, because once they went to this 8-bolt pattern on the ring gear, they stuck with that all the way through the end of the J-Series production. So to begin the removal process, you can see they staked those locks into the slots on those machine screws on all 3 of these. So what I'm going to do is cut some of that staking material away and hopefully make it a little bit easier to loosen those screws. All right, 3 locks loose. You can tell by the slight discoloration on that head. I had to use some heat on these off camera. Usually with these, you know, these kind of tapered seats like that, if you can get that cherry red and then hit it right away, they'll usually loosen up pretty well. And I use this little hand impact driver to do it. Seemed to work like I wanted. So there's that. And now we see if we can expand this ring gear off of the flywheel. All right, well, it's 2 days later, and as you can see, winter has made a little bit of a return out here, so I'm set up just inside the garage here where it's a little more habitable. And here's my solution. So my problem is I don't think I have enough torch tip, and I've got too much ring gear, and my heating process, my heat transfer has been so slow that the ring gear is soaking the heat up at about the same rate that it's also imparting it into the rest of the flywheel. So this is what I came up with. This is a D4400 flywheel. This is a D4 sized engine flywheel right here, quite a bit bigger than the 3400. Makes a perfect even support surface in the press to be able to get good support all the way around this ring gear. And yes, it's in the press because I don't believe my mallet is going to do the job on this. So I don't want to get crazy with it. These things have a tendency of cracking. It's not unheard of. As you can see down here, that big split, that's what happened on that one. I got it that way, but well, right here we've got the ring gear supported by these 2 large press blocks, and I've got 3 pieces of angle on each side cut to the same height. So we have 1, 2 large points of contact, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points total. That's the best, most even support I can give this thing. So I'm nervous. I'd be lying if I tried to tell you anything else, but I have to remind myself we're basically already out this flywheel. It's way too corroded, way too pitted, especially inside where that clutch disc goes to ever support a clutch disc long term. I'd really love to save this ring gear, and I get so mad at myself when I needlessly destroy components. I'm going to do the best I can with what I have. Pretty much been the story of my life. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to put some more heat into this thing. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more heat out of my small torch set here. We're going to tension it up a little bit and just see what happens. I just hope I don't break it. I got her moving. Tight over here. Moved around there. We're still low back where I've got the torch right now. Crazy thing is, I think I saw it move a little bit. There she goes. Bump my knob. Coming soon in part 2 of the Flywheel ring gear fiasco. Alright, so it's the next day, and I have zero confidence in the fact that what I'm about to tell you is going to be accurate in any way. And here we go. There's our flywheel right down there. It's been there all night. I do not have a brain for mathematics. I was good up to the point where they insisted they were going to begin interjecting the alphabet into math. They lost me at that point. So we'll go 15 times the 0.000063. In theory, if I am reading this right, should give me 0.0000945. Don't worry. Like I said earlier, the oven's fine, maybe.